What's up, everybody? I'm Tim Hall from RenAcademy Records, and I'm sitting here with Bechard from Homeward Bound.
What's up?
And let's get right to the basics. Where are you from?
I am from Ilion, New York. It's a small town in Herkimer County. That's really about it. We have a McDonald's, we have a Dunkin' Donuts, and that's the most exciting thing about it.
The essentials for the capitalistic American society.
Exactly. That's awesome. The most exciting thing about it, really.
Sweet. When did you start playing?
I can't remember that far back. It was honestly, I was probably 4 years old and started picking up instruments and trying to play them, and then it just went on from there.
So, what did you start out on? You started out on a guitar?
I started out on bass, actually.
Oh, yeah.
I bought a bass and learned it, all the basics and everything, and I just kind of dropped it, decided to play guitar, and then got into drumming somewhere along the way. Bought a cheap drum set,
How did you come to a conclusion you wanted to be a guitarist and/or a frontman and/or a singer-songwriter?
Actually, at first, I didn't even want to be a singer-songwriter at all.
Yeah.
I didn't want to play just regular music and just sell my music or anything. I wanted to actually learn the theory and learn everything behind it and go to school for it and just make crazy music that didn't make sense to other people. I wanted to be a recording artist on my own that didn't really ever release my music. Just kind of
Gotcha.
When people found it, they were like, oh, I don't think I know what he's doing there at all. But
gotcha.
Did
Did you play shows out as guitar and singer before you jumped, or did you jump right into a band?
I actually I was in more of small high school bands that would just try to get together every once in a while, and we didn't really ever write anything or play anything. We just kind of played what we knew, and it was either Pink Floyd covers or just random cover songs or something, just for fun, really. It was never really serious or anything until I started really progressing. I got out of high school, and that's when I decided a band was more of my thing. I wanted to do something more with many people and all come together and make good music.
How did you guys in the Homeward Bound meet up and start playing together?
Well, I've known Ryan, who plays bass. I think we met in kindergarten, if that's considered meeting. We weren't really great friends out, through elementary school, but then around 7th or 8th grade, we started hanging out more, and he was interested in music, so I figured we'd start playing and stuff, and he was interested in guitar for a bit and bass, and then we just kind of started playing, and he picked it up really well. He kind of just took it off on his own and started playing, and so around that time it was really just nothing. Like I said, it was small cover stuff. We just really didn't do anything. We never played out. We never really had a name for anything. We just kind of played in my one of my music rooms in the house. And
gotcha.
And then I've known Jordan, I'd say for about a year and a half at most. Jordan's the guitar player. He's been in a couple local bands from back in my home area, Atticus Finch and the Up and Coming, and he's really well known around the area.
Gotcha.
He's probably one of the best musicians in the area by far, and I've only known him for a little while. Jake, our drummer, I must say I've only known him maybe 3 or 4 months, 5 tops.
Gotcha.
We really didn't know him. He's been the drummer for a couple of local bands around the area. So really, it was just a bunch of local bands.
That's what I was gonna say. Kind of like a local super group starting up.
Kind of, yeah. Because we all come from different genres too. Yeah. Jordan was in he's in a pop rock, punk band. Yeah, he's more centered around that and hardcore, and he's got a lot of different influences. And then Ryan's he's never really been in anything like this now, but he can play anything. He's literally he's talented with every type. He's just really great at bass in general. And,
so you all write the songs together, the structure of the music.
Yeah, it's mostly come. We've had a couple songs we've had to write separately because Jake's off in Potsdam going to college, and he's got a lot to do. He's a junior in college, so right now it's just kind of us writing and showing him, and he'll make a drum part and just come back and play it. So.
Cool. So what do you find yourself writing the most about?
Lately, I've had a writer's block. Whenever the seasons change, I end up just not knowing what to do. And I used to write a lot, so now it's really just me trying to focus on something to write about, which is hard. So I'll just find myself jotting down every thought, just write something, even if it's just random thoughts and everything. I try to write it down because that's when I really know what's going on in my head. I can pull things out. So
you don't know until you see it in front of you.
Exactly. And lately, everything that's been coming out is just about. It's going to sound cliche, just life, I guess. I mean, everybody has something they write about, and it's always going to be genuine because it's coming from, it's coming from inside of you, so it's always going to be really genuine. So for me, it's just been everything that's going on in my life right now, my friends, my family, my job, trying to move out, actually out to Syracuse out here.
So in the song Good Form Peter, you sing about kind of pushing your friends away from your problems, but always knowing that you can fall back on them when you need them most.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we wrote the song, it was going to be really positive and just one of those really happy punk songs. Just people enjoy. It sounds happy. It sounds fun. And I guess this is like, it was kind of saving us at the time because everything was getting really depressing.
Yeah.
And,
like as a full band, not just you
exactly.
or another member.
It was
just
kind
like,
of all our personality. Like
yeah.
we were stoked on writing music, and then just all of a sudden, it was just kind of like a depressing time for everyone. And when it kind of all fit together, I guess it was us just trying to cheer ourselves up. So it's just one of those songs. It's the first song that we wrote. It's just really just about like finding what's true to you, wherever you are, wherever you come from. And knowing that like you do have people no matter what, you always have people around.
Yep.
If they're friends, family, whatever, it's always going to be better no matter what. So.
You have a pretty decent. How long have you guys been a band? Like just like 3 or 4 months, or?
Yeah, Homeward Bound's only been a band for, I'd say, a good 4 months.
But you already have gotten a pretty good, fan crowd response and
it was easy.
That.
It was easy back home because, like I said, Jordan was in Atticus Finch and the up and coming. He's very well known. So for him to switch over to a new band was just kind of like, oh, well, let's go watch them,
Yeah.
And I was in a band that got, I guess, locally pretty popular, and so like the switch over was kind of just like, oh, let's see the new band, let's see what they're doing now.
Yeah. So who are the bands that influence you? I mean, locally and nationally known, that influence the band, like your songwriting or your musicality, or bands that you've grown up with, and yeah.
I'd say right now, we started out, it was more of like bands like the Wonder Years, and I was really in a title fight and really getting into the story so far a little bit. So it was like a lot of newer stuff, but as far as like influences from a long time, I've been listening to bands like Minor Threat and Fugazi, and old punk bands like Dead Kennedys, lots of skater punk music, old school hardcore like Black Flag and all that. I really grew up on stuff like that, but also like 90s Seattle grunge scene.
Yep.
So I've always been into some kind of like harder movement in a way, like.
Yeah.
But I guess it really ties into what I was thinking at the time and what I was getting into, because now it's kind of changed. Like we're slowly progressing into different styles, but we're still writing our same. We're just kind of like writing what comes out, but we're really just trying to find all of our influences added up to one. We're all into different things.
Yeah, exactly.
We all have a different.
It shapes your sound into something unique.
Exactly.
Are you recording right now?
We're demoing. We're basically writing the song to demo it and see what we want to change for it when we actually record it or play it live. So, take for instance, I just went to the studio, my friend's studio the other day, and did a quick drum and guitar track of a song we just wrote. And I'm thinking it's in its last stages, but it's so hard to tell right now because we're just really trying to switch our, trying to take certain parts out and just find the perfect thing for it. So.
Who do you record with?
We actually record. We have a friend back home from West Winfield. His name is Mike Tripoli from Hillside Studios. He does an amazing job. He's just got a small room in his basement, and we're good friends with him. So we just go over there and just hang out. It's more of just like a hangout experience, and we just record on the side, but we're serious about it too.
Cool.
And he's been doing it for a while now, and he does a great job with sound. We go to him for our demos. He's really helped me out. So. It's good to have a friend that really knows what he's doing too.
Any good concerts you've been to lately? Good shows?
I recently went to the Pop Punk's Not Dead show at the Lost Horizon in Syracuse. I will say this time next year killed it, and the Wonder Years were incredible. And from what I saw of Newfound Glory, it just made me want to be back in 2002 again and just
all
go
that
back
nostalgia.
In time. Exactly.
It's nice to go back to like your roots and it really shapes your.
That's what I'd love to do. If I could do one thing, is just go see a show of all my old influences. Just see bands like Fugazi, just go up and do their thing again and just really make an impact like they used to. I feel like that's why music's changed so much. It's just because nobody wants to make as much of an impact as much as they do like just getting people to like them.
So you can check out an acoustic performance from Homeward Bound on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/RenAcademy Records.
Check it out.
Thanks a lot, Eric. I appreciate it.
Anytime.
And definitely check out Homeward Bound on Facebook at facebook.com/HomewardBoundNY. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Awesome. Well, looking forward to to your music and
I'm looking forward to work with
the
Renaissance.
entire journey.
Exactly.
So, take care, guys.
Thank you.